Yay, we've made it to the end of our essay. So, to recap, we have our MLA formatting with our running head, our header, our title, our introductory paragraph, our 1 to 2 body paragraphs with direct evidence, a counterclaim body paragraph with direct evidence, and a conclusion. We have gone through all of it. We have used our graphic organizer to get this far, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's looking pretty good. Our last step is our works cited. So we should still have our running head, which has our last name and the page number. And then I have given some examples, some kind of formats for you to use for your works cited. This is the one that I originally had, but I don't like it quite as much, especially considering I'm able to explain right now. So I'm going to delete those. And I'm going to use these ones instead. In this case, I am actually replacing the information with examples of the information. So it's a little bit different of a format, but go ahead and follow along and it should work just fine. So I used 2 articles in my essay. I need to cite them both. I am able to do that using the information directly from the websites where I got them. And the first thing I want to do before I cite those articles is figure out what order they should go in. The order should be alphabetical by the author's last name. So let's look at my 2 articles. I'm actually going to move my screen a little bit so you guys can see my articles and my URLs. Here is my Actively Learn article that I used, and I've got this URL up here, and I've got the text by, and it looks like the last name of this author, Alii Bresnahan, and so that starts with a B, so I'm going to keep that in my brain. And then look at the author of my second article, which is from Forbes, and the author's last name is a lesser, which starts with an E. So my B comes first, so I'm going to start with this one. Now, I'm going to start with the last name, then the first name of this author. So, Alii Bresnahan. So I'm actually going to open this up in a new tab. If you click that button where it says kind of this license button, if you click it, it'll actually bring you to the website where Actively Learn got it from. So sometimes that's really helpful in trying to figure out the publication date right here, and how to spell the last name of the article or anything like that. So that can be very helpful. That's a very cool trick that we figured out on this set of essays. So let's start with the author's last name, Alii Bresnahan. So Bresnahan, and I'm going to replace last with that last name. And then Alii, A-I-L-I. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Okay, very cool. So now we want our article title. Now it's in quotation marks and it has a period, but it's not italicized. So I'm just going to look at the title, How Dance Can Help Pandemic-Proof Your Life. I can probably remember that. So I am going to type it right here with capital letters for MLA format. Oh, I forgot it already. How Dance Can Help Pandemic-Proof Your Life. How dance can help pandemic-proof your life. And I make sure to have that period at the end and those quotation marks. Cool. Now my publication site is wherever I found it, what website it originally appeared on. So it originally appeared for me on Actively Learn. That's where I accessed it. So I'm just going to use the publication site as Actively Learn. Most of you will have at least one article from Actively Learn, so yours will say Actively Learn. And then the date that goes right here is actually the date that the article was published, not the date that you read it. So I couldn't find it on Actively Learn, which is one reason why it's really nice to click this button, is it brings you to the website where you actually can see it. This is a great picture of kids in masks clearly dancing in Times Square, New York. Or maybe on Broadway, I'm not sure, somewhere in New York. And here I can see that this was published on May 29th of 2020. That was so long ago. So May 29th, 2020. And so I want to put that date in MLA style format. So it's the 29th of May, remember, day first, and 2020. Okay. Now this is my article URL. It should actually bring you directly to the article if you click on it. So I'm going to go to this URL browser bar, click the whole thing, copy it, and I will replace this. Okay. When I pasted it, it did not turn into URL automatically. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. I just want to click this link button, which will make it a link again. That way, if I, as your teacher, am looking at your essay and I want to access the article that you were using, I can just click on it and go right there. And last thing is accessed, whatever day I accessed it. So today is March 1st. So I'm going to put March 1st, 2021. Ta-da! All right, and now we need to do the exact same thing for the second article. So that one's right here. Kim Lesser, E-L-S-E-S-S-E-R. Let's see if I can get that right. And Kim is her first name. Make sure we have that comma in the middle and the period at the end. And then same thing here. I might just copy this because it looks easy to copy. Because I don't need to put it in italics or anything. And then I'm going to use Command-Shift-V when I paste it, or this button that says paste without formatting, Command-Shift-V. And that'll just make sure that I don't publish it all weird, because if I don't do that and I just publish it normal, it messes up all my formatting. So Command-Shift-V. Normally I would put a period at the end, but my article title actually has a question mark, so I'm going to delete that period. In this case, there was no question mark, so we're going to leave the period. If there is a different punctuation mark, go ahead and delete it and only leave one. Next is the publication site. So this was originally published on Forbes. Forbes is a magazine. It's actually mostly for financial news. And let's see if we can find the date this was published. September 12th of 2019 right here. So I'm going to put the 12th of September. And it's already 2019, perfect. And then I also want to copy and paste my URL. So I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to make sure this, using this button, is linked. And make sure that I have date accessed. What date did I access it? March. Okay, 1st of March, 2021, and I put a period at the end. And I am done with my whole essay. Oh my gosh, how exciting. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Double and triple check your works cited. It's a major part of your grade for this assignment. And then we will start on the editing and peer editing process to make sure the entire essay is beautiful before you submit. If you have made it this far, nice job, and thanks for watching.